Good morning, my loves. It is Joey from True North here. If you're new, I am an energy channel and an intuitive. I'm being called to get a message from the Light Series Tarot out. So, Spirit, I set the intention for this reading to find exactly who it's meant to find, exactly when it's meant to find them. And I set the intention for this reading to be very clarifying and activating to their own intuition. Okay? Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. So, if you're aligning with this, you're either stepping into a Queen of Wands energy or you already are. And, I think Spirit is really asking you to bring out that fire that you have inside of you, like that inner spark, like that passion for life, it's a little spicy vibes. But, like the Queen of Wands is fun. She's magnetic. Like people want to be around her. And this is gender neutral, okay? So don't think that this has to be for a woman, okay? The Queen of Wands is very much about like transmutation. And I just think it's so much like building up other people and supporting them like along the way of this journey of empowerment. Yeah, it reminds me of like my Beyonce card. It's just like the baddie card for me. Ooh. So I feel like for some of you, there could be a Queen of Wands coming in, but similarly, like this Page of Cups here, it's also like my magic card, like believe like in anything's possible. And so, yeah, I feel like this is so much about connecting with your inner light again and your inner magic, okay? And it's giving very much like inner child vibes and spirit connections. So maybe some of you, are holding on to grief from someone who's passed but they're there in spirit, sending you love all the time. Wow. And similarly, like this is a very like intuitive and master manifester. Like the Queen of Wands, she gets what she wants. And so I think that's so much like where this is heading to, is they're really wanting you to reflect on your limitless possibilities, reflect on your success, and believe in the magic that you carry. Believe in the magic that you carry. There's a level of confidence. Do you see? That's a victory pose. Because she's like, I did it. I did it. And that's how you're going to feel when this manifestation comes in. And Spirit wants you to have that, okay? So please understand how powerful you are. Yeah, and it's like, that's your little light. Like, this little light of mine. I'm going to let it shine, let it shine. Yeah, that's you. Oh my gosh, how exciting. Yeah, this is very much giving like, and I always say this when I see this card, and it's like when pigs fly, and it's like pigs fly if I fucking say they do. You bet your bottom dollar. Yeah, and I just feel like this is not the time to be grounded. This is the time to think bigger. Like whatever it is that you're thinking, double it, triple it. Like, baby, the sky is the limit. Your limit is God's ceiling, honey. You are God's image, okay? You can really do it all. You can, okay? And I think that there needs to be a serious reflection on your part in the universe. Oh, how pretty. Yeah. We gotta transmute that heartbreak, and like those feelings of disappointment. I feel like someone really does feel apathetic. The word is apathetic. But like also this is a reminder that like even though you might be going through a very challenging time, and like the Three of Swords, I always say this is my least favorite card in the deck, and I don't want to like put a negative connotation on it, but from my experience when I've been in a Three of Swords energy, it is very, very, very hard. It's very heavy energy, and it's depressing. It's so depressing, and I'm sending you my love. I really am. Like, I'm getting goosebumps. Oh, no, whoever you are fucking loved, and you are amazing. But also, this change, I feel like it's almost rejection. It's like the rejection was divine protection, in whatever form. Like maybe someone let you down or disappointed you or really hurt your feelings or broke your heart. At the end of the day, it is a broken heart card. But I feel those feelings, like let them out, transmute them. And also, I'm seeing like someone transmuting, like lighting a candle, with sigils, like, you know, maybe make some personal sigils like that are for transmutation, for your happiness, for your joy. And when you write those sigils, I want you to like channel some of the happiest times of your life, and like, or what you want, how you want to feel, okay? And maybe like some sigils of protection. And it doesn't even have to be anything fancy, guys. Like, I'm talking literally like a little tea candle, and just get something in there. Maybe put like a little oil on it. Use your intuition. Don't let anyone witch wound you. Don't let anyone block your magic or your power. Okay, because that's really, spirit wants you to remember just how fucking magical and just how fucking special you are. You're a baddie, 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 baddie. And I will say it till you get it. Yeah, so this Three of Swords energy, I do just want to point out too, temporary. Although I will say this Three of Swords card can last longer, I feel like, than any of the other minor arcanas, just because of the way that we tend to hold on to our grief, the way that we tend to hold on to our pain. But I'm not saying that's going to be what happens for you. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. Yeah. So I think that this is a really powerful time for you to really reflect on where you've been and where you're going, and the things that you're trying to take with you where you're going, because your success doesn't have room for this hurt. It doesn't. Your magic doesn't have room for that hurt. It needs to be felt, but that takes up too much space. That takes up too much weight in your energy body. And not only that, but it dims down your light body. And we need all of that light. Okay? And similarly, you need to share that light, because it's juicy, and that's why you were put here, baby. Because you have your own unique magic frequencies. Yeah, so there's very much this energy of being torn, and feeling like you don't know where to go, like you're being tugged in different directions. But the truth is you can't even see all of what you need to see right now. Like, I feel like someone's not seeing clearly because they're being blocked by this heartbroken energy, okay? So, yeah, and really, it's like, I feel like we're, with the Four of Pentacles coming out here, it's very much like, what are you clinging to card? But also, it's like, it's about stability too. It is about stability, but this one, it's also about holding on to stuff. What? Spirit, we need some more clarity. Where is the other direction that they are being torn in? I'm seeing this card here. Yeah, I feel like, okay, so you're torn between like clinging to what you know and planning the future, like moving on with your life, and like that's what you need to do. Like, the fact that they gave the answer for the other option with the Two of Wands, okay? I'm going to show you this. With the Two of Wands here, she's very much like planning the future. It's like this new chapter of your life, like full of possibilities, like staring at the horizon of the limitlessness. And it can also point to like literally traveling and vacations, but it's like you have the opportunity to move forward with this wand and, you know, towards the future. But you're going to have to leave that one behind, you know? And it's really about moving forward and letting the past be in the past. Yeah. It's like a live and let live, you know? Like, yeah. She's not focused on that wand behind her. It's in the future. Okay, so if they release whatever it is that they're clinging to, what is their success gonna look like, Spirit? Ooh. Oh, you can't even, baby. You can't even. Wish fulfillment, good karma, blessings. Oh my goodness. Eight of Wands. And it's gonna come quick. When you decide to drop off that dead weight, you are going to reconnect with your magic stronger than ever, okay? All of these lessons, they're not meant to like bog you down and like make you feel like shit. They are really meant to teach us and empower us in the end. Because yes, in the moment, it feels completely opposite than that, and you might be like rolling your eyes like, oh, you're fucking Delulu. But no, in the end, once you reclaim your power and you integrate these lessons, you are going to come back stronger than ever, okay? You're going to come back with more fire and more love than ever. And they're like showing me, you're going to laugh, they're showing me like in Titanic when Jack is like telling her, he's like, I don't want you to lose that spark. I don't want you to lose that fire inside of you. Like, don't let them take that. Don't let them take that. Who I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah, so don't let someone else steal your fire. Don't hand them your power. Don't hand them your magic, okay? Like, if someone is not respecting or appreciating your magic, reel that shit in. No, 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 no. Wrong. Sorry, I had to. I'm not even a supporter, but it just very much came through. Yeah, so stop fearing the judgment. And honestly, I feel like this judgment too is like, it's coming from choosing yourself. And you deserve to choose yourself, okay? It's not your job to fix anybody. It's not your job to take care of their demons. It's not your job to. I feel like someone is honestly being guilt tripped about choosing themselves, and that's almost like why they're having trouble. And I feel like it's almost like very toxic. Like whoever it is that I almost feel like they are trying to make you feel bad about pursuing the things that you want, even though they might not be willing. I just feel they're showing me like a boulder, like someone is not budging on something. And moreover that, it's like still energy, like still complaining, still not doing anything for themselves, still not helping themselves. Like it's very much that energy. Um, and you're not that way, okay? And you know that, but you've almost like allowed them to tell you what you should and should not be doing. Okay, Spirit wants you to release yourself from that judgment, and furthermore, release the judgment that you have accepted. Okay, and yeah, it's almost like because you're so open and you're so loving. Like I almost just see this as like you accepted some programming, like unbeknownst that it was like detrimental to you. So yeah, there's very much like your guides are wanting like movement in your life. And I see this because with this 2 card, I'm going to go back here for a moment. Okay. This is very like stagnant energy. Okay. This is about change, but like after that change, a lot of times we're wallowing in that heartbreak. So the way I see this, it feels stagnant, you know, like at a standstill. Okay. And what I see this too is like about what I was saying earlier about the magic. Like when you release yourself, judgment is one of the lowest vibrations that there is. Okay. Trying to judge another, nah, that's not it. I promise you. And when you're sitting in a place of judgment, honey, you cannot perceive these higher dimensional realities. You cannot perceive love in the same way when you are sitting in a place of judgment. Okay. That is why I try to be so understanding with hateful people, like as hard as it can be, because like when you are in a judgmental place like that, it's really a reflection of your inner woundings, first of all. But second of all, like when you are in that state, you can't even perceive the higher reality. So it's like, how could I expect you to understand me when you're literally sitting in a place of judgment and hate? Like you won't understand it, you won't get it. Okay. And it's not my job to make you understand it. All my job is to be fabulous and keep spreading my fucking magic, okay? And that goes for you too. That goes for you too. Ah, I'm shining so bright. I love this for me. And so are you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so there's major wish fulfillment. Like when you decide to chuck this situation in the bucket, the universe said, yes, baby, we got you. Keep your faith. But moreover, trust where your heart is and trust where your soul is at, because you are connected to the divine and you are part of the big plan. You are. Oh shoot. Yeah. And I didn't even intentionally do this, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. So I just see this very much as one chapter of your life being ready to close, and the universe is ready to help you with that. But this is also going to put you on a wave of like good fortune and synchronistic opportunities. And I genuinely believe that once this energy gets rolling, because again, we're going back to the stagnation that I'm seeing, and it's like I feel like once this breaks, it's going to be like a pinprick that breaks this dam, and this energy that you've been holding up is going to come rushing out, okay? And I just see this as being this empowered joy. Like you're going to very quickly make your full circle moment back to your truth, okay? I'm gonna drop these cards here. Let me see. Yeah, I don't feel a connection to them for this reading, so I'm gonna pass. Spirit, oh my gosh, I love this. And very much so too, like, so I'm looking down again, and I see like just the 10, and it's like very much time for a new chapter. It's time to embrace something new, okay? I feel like this could really speed up during eclipse season. If you're really resonating with this message, ooh, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps again. So I feel like around eclipse season, and similarly, they just showed me the thing. What you don't know is this person is moving shady behind your back, okay? There are things that they have done, or, and for some, it's like the way they think about you, and just the way they think about people in general. Like they don't show their full hand. They don't show their true colors. Like you don't actually know who they are. But you, on your other hand, you wear your heart on your sleeve. That you've shown them your magic. You've shown them who you are. And that's why this hurts so much, is because you have put your whole heart out there. You have made yourself vulnerable, okay? And so that's why this is really hard for you to let go of. And I don't want you to feel belittled or like bad for being a human and for feeling the feelings. Like having emotions is such a blessing, but it is very, very difficult at times. Yeah, and I think that love is clouding you from seeing the reality of it. And I think that the unit, like deep down, you might know, but if you were looking for confirmation that, you know, it's time to move forward with you, then take this as that confirmation, okay? But yeah, use your intuition. Don't let me be the deciding factor. But if this message is like resonating and you feel like a reaction in your body, listen to it. You know, talk to your body. Be like, what are you trying to tell me? Um, whew, yeah, but I see this around eclipse season. Things are gonna start getting more passionate. That's, and I normally never get that with the Eight of Wands, but yeah, I think things are really gonna start taking off. And yeah, like I said, there's gonna be growth. There's gonna be like your manifestations where you're heading. You're gonna have the energy to actually put that energy where you want it to go. It's not just gonna be sitting here on the hamster wheel with this energy. And especially like, and they're showing me an energy vampire, like where, I'll give you an example, like someone that almost like they don't really have the time to talk to you until you decide like, oh well, they're not responding to me, like I'm gonna focus on me, I'm gonna go. And then as soon as they feel your energy pull back, oh, they send out that little text, just enough to like keep you on the line, just enough to keep you on the line. And then boom, you send that energy back to them, okay? Yeah, no, we're done with that. Please help me help you, help me help you, baby. This isn't, yeah, it's time to really focus on your life and what you're trying to grow, your legacy. Yeah. Oh, I love that for you. How special. Yeah. Okay, the strength card coming out. Ah. Yeah. And furthermore, they're like, the reason that you feel like you have your guard up is because you should. You should, baby. It's time to focus on you and your work, because your work loves you, all right? And more, it's not even just about work. Your passions love you, okay? I misspoke. I I I don't have a problem with the word work, but like a lot of people do. But when I say work, I mean something that you're passionately and diligently applying your energy to. I don't mean like going and working for someone else that's like soul sucking. I mean like feeding something that's going to feed you, like creating, like, mm, ah. But you are so strong and you don't need no damn body. You don't need no man, woman. I mean, don't get me wrong, we aren't meant to be solo creatures, but there are periods in our life when we are meant to, tap into our inner reserves, tap into our lion heart, tap into that leader within, and not be afraid to really do the necessary things to get us to where we want to go. And that's what real strength is about, okay? And sometimes, this is going to come from a place of quiet power, like you might not even need to say anything, okay? You don't owe anybody an explanation as to why you're honoring and defending your heart, okay? So that might really resonate with somebody. Like, you don't owe them an explanation, okay? Because they've been treating you like this little lamb when really you're a lion. You're not a sheep. You're not a sheep, you're a lion, okay? And it's time that you start holding yourself with the grace and regalness of the divine being that you are. You are a creation of God's source creator. Like, you are that divine image, okay? Physically incarnated. It's time that you recognize that. Ooh, I got goosebumps right as I said that. Like, you are really her. You are really him. Like, the success is waiting for you, okay? You just have to choose it. You have to choose it. This is so powerful. All right. We're going to get some messages from Callie and Isis because, if you don't know, now you know. But, they're just the truth. Callie's hiding, so we're just going to go with Isis for a minute. Isis, can you please follow up with something that's going to be like very clarifying and activating for this specific message, for this specific group of people? Power over 7 scorpions. And this is immediately, before I even read this, I'm just going to say this is very much about your inner strength. You as a leader, this is about the power of your voice. They're like showing me a lion roaring, okay? And it's like, you don't always have to speak or have to always be the one talking, because when you say things, they have impact. You are heard because you are powerful. Like I said, you're not a sheep, you're a lion. You are powerful. And the sooner you realize that and realign with how fucking magical and fierce you are, baby. Okay. This is power over 7 scorpions. It says, you are being initiated into the magic of conjuring so as to have the power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own free will and spoken word. Exactly. You are guided to use your powerful gifts with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. Oh, we're going right back to the judgment. Exactly, because the judgment is the lowest vibration. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. Okay? But similarly, and they're like showing me to use these situations as pain points and really reflect on what hurts about it. Why does it hurt you? And it's really too viewing these things with radical accountability, as to what you can learn from it, how you can maybe avoid falling into that situation next time, but with still remaining with an open heart. But also, it's just about discernment. They keep saying discernment, 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 discernment. Okay, I'm gonna do one more from Isis. The scales of balance. That's come out every time this week. So it is. It's about giving and take, the directing and the flowing. But it's also, I feel like, knowing about when to speak and when to pause and when to listen, okay? And also, like, those periods of solitude, I feel like I feel like someone's really having trouble almost like with the solitude, and they're like almost like constantly trying to like distract themselves like with other outside people, situations, dramas, like what have you. It doesn't really matter what you're trying to distract yourself with. That period is meant for you to really reflect, okay? For you to reflect. And that reflection is fuel. That is fuel for you to alchemize all of these painful things into your success. Because let me remind you again, you're the queen of fucking wands, okay? This is your specialty. You might have forgot it for a minute, but I'm here to remind you. But I'm here to remind you, don't play with me. And more of a don't play with yourself. Okay, Callie. Please present yourself. There we go. The emotional baggage carries a lot, so we gotta be patient with that. It really does the most for me. Kalima, ferocious, graceful, protective, divine mother. Please follow up with words of wisdom for this specific group, for this specific reading that is going to be very activating and clarifying for this message. So, I don't even need, before I even read it, this is literally, and I said it, I believe it was this reading, I don't know, when I start channeling, I lose track of space and time, but I believe I said something about limiting beliefs. Yeah, I believe I said something about your limiting beliefs, and that's really what this is giving. You know, it's like arresting the flow of our own negativity, or just, even if it's like of our own making, you know, like when we have, and, or not even, I don't even, some of us it's going to be our own making, but a lot of us it's stuff that we have accepted as our programming. It's things that we've accepted as truth from others, but they still reside in our mind, okay? So it's about detaching ourselves from our own beliefs sometimes. Let me read this though. In order for the soul to grow, or in order to grow, the soul may need to separate itself from that which it has once relied upon. Oppression will be overcome. Do not cling to what has been. Sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to cut it off completely and focus on your inner regeneration and your reorientation towards a more fulfilling future. You shall know true love and freedom. Oh my God. Yes, 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 yes. And that is part of your success. But I feel like this, if you're trying to manifest love, and everyone has different ideas of like what they are looking for with love. But like when I'm talking about love, I'm not talking about like, oh, we can make it work. Like we can make it work. No, I'm talking about twin flame. We are in love, like a divine counterpart, like your soul's recognition and like the counterpoint in another. You know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that real love. Okay? Yeah. And that's very much, I gotta like read this again. I'm not sure what, something reminded me of this card. So yeah, sometimes the best way to heal from the past is to cut it out. But it's really, yeah, it's about this message of your own true magic that you have to share. But also, like, this is too, I feel like this is also like your soulmate or someone from the divine twin flame that's ready and waiting in spirit. And also, universe is letting you know, like, as soon as you're ready to manifest this love, it'll be there. But also, like, that's where I was going with that too, is I feel like so many of us are so caught up in trying to manifest that love right now. But the real reflection that a lot of us don't want to look at is, am I embodying my highest form? Am I embodying the me that's going to attract this person? Okay? And if the answer is not 100% yes, then let's reflect a little more on that. Like, let's unpack that. You know? And I'm not saying don't have fun. I'm not saying be a nun. I'm not saying none of that. But, you know, being very real about where it is that you're going, very clear. It is. It's like a, and I'm also seeing like someone looking at their current reflection, and then it's like the reflection of like who they're trying to be, and like I'm seeing them like in a different house and like a different lifestyle, maybe like with a healthier lifestyle. I don't know. There's lots of different things that my guides are showing me right now. But the gist of it is that. The gist of it is that. And also, yeah, with Krishna coming up on the bottom, it's he is a Hindu god as well, but the message of Krishna is something along the lines of like, what are you willing to offer up to manifest this best life, to manifest your highest potential? Because, like I said before, we're going to go all the way back now. Let me find the T now. I was like, you have to release. You have to release to receive, okay? You can't be holding on to all this while trying to bring this in, because this takes a lot to hold, okay? And furthermore, those limiting beliefs that we've soaked up, yeah, those all have to be offered up to the sacred fire for us to properly manifest that divine counterpart, okay? Now I'm going to read this for you. It says, you can have what you need and desire, but you must be prepared to enter into the sacred fire and make the appropriate offerings. Shift from focus on what isn't working to handing all the concerns over as a prayer to the divine. All can be resolved and all shall manifest for us in accordance with loving, generous grace. So be it, so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Kali Ma. Thank you, Isis. Thank you, all of our spirit guides. We are so blessed. We are so lucky. We are so abundant. We are so prosperous. And we are so loved. We are so limitless. Oh, I'm going to follow up with a message from the Angels and Oracle just because I've genuinely am feeling for this group. I'm feeling for y'all. Rat Boy Saturday's over, so now you get the loving, empathetic version of me. Don't at me. It's in my Gemini moon. I can't limit myself. But also, if you want some cunty reads, Saturdays, we do Brat Boy Saturday, where we serve it raw, hot, and cunty. But this is my sweet side. Okay, Spirit, what does this group need to hear, or what can we call them out on that's going to really shift this into perspective? Yeah, this separation, I feel like someone is definitely like in the estranged, isolated energy. There's definitely been like a separation, and furthermore, there's a grudge. Ooh, yeah, the grudge, that holding on to that grudge. Okay, they really want to talk about that grudge. This is such a hard topic for people, because grudges genuinely, like, when, again, we're going all the way back to the lower, like when you are upset, when you're judging, or like even when you're angry, it doesn't, not just judgment. Okay, these are all of these denser vibrations, we'll call them. When we're stuck in those are very heavy for us, okay? And so part of releasing ourselves from those grudges, it's not even about the other person. It's about our self-love, baby. It's about reclaiming our magic, okay? So that is one way people ask me, like, how do you just forgive people? How do you just get over it? And I'm like, because I literally, when I can't forgive them for them, I just do it for me. Because I'm like, I love me, and you genuinely, it's giving King of Cups. Like, you don't get to have control over my emotions. You don't get to make me stay angry. You don't get to make me stay bitter. You got me fucked up. I forgive you because I understand that you're hurt. I forgive you because I understand that you're wounded, and it's just a reflection of the inner work that you need to do, okay? I forgive you because I can't stand holding on to your icky ass energy. Like, that's the truth of it, So, yeah, it really is. It's so much about forgiveness. But sometimes, not all cases I like that, but I feel like someone really needed to hear that, And sometimes, it doesn't hurt to swallow our pride and make the first move. especially, you know, if it's a relationship that's really worth saving. But I don't feel like that's many people in this group. I feel like this is the end of a chapter and the start of a new one. So, but yeah, you're transcending with Archangel Azrael coming through. You wouldn't be who you are with without what you have overcome. Own your story. Don't let your story own you. And that's really what this is too. Like holding on to that grudge, that's letting your story tell you. That's letting your story have power over you instead of having power over your story. You know? Oh, how transcendent. Yeah. So Spirit really wants you to not feel guilty about feeding into whatever's going to bring you magic, okay? It's almost like they're showing me a siren, but it's like not in like a, they want you to like entrance yourself back into falling in love with life. So it's like if you, whatever it is that you have to do, go party for a night, go dance, go have fun with your friends, like whatever it is that you need to really bring that sense of vibrancy. And that's me as a human, my advice. But my advice as an intuitive is, you know, maybe see out an energy healer. Or, you know, maybe do some energy healing on yourself. You know, nature, animals, those are the best healers. And similarly, good, healthy food. Good, healthy food. Putting good into your body so that you can genuinely bring that sense of vibrancy back. Because our food makes a difference in how we feel. Our food makes a difference in how we look. It really, really does. You can fight me on that. What did I say? Okay. I believe earlier in this reading, this word, it says here, apathetic. I was literally saying, like, I'm feeling someone's apathetic and wounded. Yeah, so I would call upon Archangel Uriel. In fact, I will call upon them right now. Archangel Uriel, I ask you to be with us now. Be with us now. Let's take a nice breath in and really breathe in the color red. I want you to like spread and expand this red light through your whole body. Archangel Uriel, I ask you to really be with all of us now, connect all of our hearts, and really let us find counterparts in our collective co-members that will allow us to coalesce and heal each other through divine love and grace and unity. Please allow us to return to our high vibration. Please allow us to release our apathetic, wounded energies. Please allow us to release ourselves from judgment, from fear and wounding. Please allow us to reclaim our power and to reclaim the torch of our own life and let us light our own way without dragging around the dead weight of grudges and hate and egoic ways of thinking. Please allow us to transcend from the hurt that people have put upon us. And please allow us to integrate all of the lessons of this without any of the emotional pain, without any of the heaviness. Please allow us to integrate our blessings in the fullest extent. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. It is done. Oh, I'm going to stop there. That was, wow. So I want you, if you feel comfortable, you know, sit with Archangel Uriel. I'm going to show you this card too. There's two colors to Archangel Uriel. There's red and the yellow. And they have different frequencies. But this is very much about like healing. Very much about healing. So, yeah. I've realized, someone actually told me that I work with, they're like, you know, after watching you do readings on people in person, they're like, I realized like your readings are more than readings. Like you actually do energy healing, like subconsciously while you are doing readings. And I was like, oh, I never would have guessed that. Like I just, when you channel, you know, it's just different. But yeah, so I'm trying to step in more into my role as a healer because I know very much that's what I put here to do. But I love intuition, I love reading, and I love you guys. And I just, I'm sending you so much love, and genuinely I care, and I hope you know like how much it means that you guys are tuning into my channel, that you trust me to be a channel for you. It's making me emotional. I'm so grateful to be here. I love you guys.